Flowing out of Cape Town, South Africa, a vast network of highways spreads out across the Western Cape Province. The N2 is the country's longest tarred road, running the length of South Africa's coast before turning inland to the economic heartland of Gauteng. The N1 is the Cape's busiest road, with stretches carrying up to 150,000 vehicles per day. The R27 traverses the harsh west coast before linking with the N7, which stretches northwards to the desert border with Namibia. Dedicated to keeping these roads safe and traffic flowing are the men and women of the Western Cape Highway Patrol. In this episode, Provincial Inspector Matiwane takes decisive action after receiving a report of an erratic and dangerous driver on the N2 outside Grabouw. Senior Provincial Inspector Swanepoel clears up a fishy crash in Worcester, while Provincial Inspector Hopa escorts an inebriated pedestrian safely home to Khayelitsha. Operating out of the Caledon Traffic Centre, PI Matiwane and colleagues patrol a vast area of the rugged Overberg district. Renowned for its whale coast, shark diving, and its dramatic mountain landscapes, including a notorious pedestrian hotspot on the N2 next to the rural town of Grabouw, part of the province's apple and pear country.
A lot of people are getting knocked out by cars. There's a lot of people are driving recklessly. So I believe, for me, being a traffic officer and be out here, I'm making a very, very big difference. We're dealing with a lot of people with different behaviors. So let me say now, I'm in a good mood, I'm happy. The first person that you stop, then you get the person with a very, very, very bad attitude. Then you'll somehow spoil your whole day.
That's why I put it wide.
It's fine, let me show you. Come, step out of the car. I'll just show you the battery's loose. Open here again.
His shift hasn't started well. The first driver he pulls over is full of attitude.
Yes,
I put
okay.
it there.
Okay.
Now you want to give me a fun. Yeah,
But
if you're going to move it, it's going to move.
It ain't supposed to move.
In spite of his vehicle clearly being in poor condition, the motorist is unrepentant and argumentative to the end.
Okay, no, it's fine.
As I explained to you, but you can see there's a breaker.
When someone is coming with that behavior, you just need to keep your cool, just keep your calm, do what you have to do.
Yes, you can go now. Okay, thank you very much.
PI Matiwane remains calm and politely sends the driver on his way with a sizable fine. Refusing to let the difficult driver set the tone for the work ahead, Tembani is soon pulling over another vehicle.
Now, the next person that I'm giving a fine is very cooperative. The guy is so calm, the guy is cooperative. And we ended up having a conversation with the guy.
That other lady said, that stuff, get around the first one.
Talking about things like some things which has nothing to do with the Section 56 that I was giving him.
What is your cell phone now?
That's how we roll, man. Fine, I'll just go check quickly. Okay, thank you very much. Then put on your seatbelt, buckle up. You mustn't let anyone's attitude or behavior triggers the motion of your day. It's on a Friday today, so the road is still quiet. It's still early.
As he continues to patrol this treacherous stretch of the Grabouw N2, Tembani's Friday is about to get busy earlier than usual. Having been alerted to dangerous and erratic driving, Tembani is quick to respond, being only too aware that when fatalities occur on the road, alcohol and drugs are normally involved.
Will you please cooperate?
He was driving erratic, then he was on the side going onto the dirt, and he was driving into oncoming traffic. Normally people like that, they kill other people and they survive. So I think if he was going to go where he was going, I think Cape Town, if he got there in one piece, I would have been surprised.
The race is now on to get the suspect booked and his blood tested before the 2-hour legal limit from time of arrest expires.
You smell like alcohol. You can't talk properly. You can't walk on a straight line. Your eyes are watery. So you see, those are the things that make us still be able to make some arrest, although we're not using the breathalyzer.
I don't know why this is. It's unfair, bro. I don't even know why I've got this on me, to be honest with you. It's just not fair.
But it's not tight, must I listen?
No, it's just, I don't like this.
If maybe that lady, she didn't complain about you, maybe now I could be attending an accident. When I get there, I find you smashed.
No, there's no accident. You can test me.
It's fine.
You can test me, I promise you. You can test me, take me for tests. If you want to test me, test me.
Just get a mask for you. To try and get that
Section 65.9 of the National Road Traffic Act states that the arrested person may not refuse permission for a blood specimen to be taken, but that the blood must be drawn within 2 hours of being pulled over or arrested. If the blood is tested after the 2-hour time limit, the results will not be admissible in court and won't amount to evidence. With the interests of justice in mind, PI Matiwane is under pressure to process the suspect who is showing signs of intoxication.
We done registering the case. We got the case number, SAP 14 number, 13 number. Then now we're going to the day hospital to get the blood sample drawn from my arrest. Then from there, we come back. Then I'll do the statement, finish up the statement, then process is done. Okay.
Located 120 kilometers northeast of Cape Town on the busy N1, Worcester is the central hub of the Western Cape Winelands district. The provincial inspectors based here patrol an area characterized by soaring mountains and fertile valleys.
I was stopped by a traffic officer. His personality actually reflected mine. At that moment, I realized that I want to become a traffic officer. The next day, after school, I went to the traffic college in PE. I remember speaking to one of the instructors there. What's the steps? How do I become a traffic officer? I was still very small and I was very skinny that time. He actually told me that you will never become a traffic officer. I came back to Worcester. I was a waiter here. I remember asking God that this is not what I want to do. I want to become a traffic officer. Yeah, I think the year 2012, there was traffic posts, a student intake at Jean Low Traffic College. I applied and from there my journey started. I wasn't pulled over for a certain offense. It was a type of a roadblock thing that I drove into. That's what I say, his personality reflected mine. He made me so calm and he was humble. It was like, I'm also human. I'm a human just like you. So you don't have to be so scared. Ma'am, are you okay? You okay? Fine. You know, this happens, ma. It can happen to anyone.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay and drive safe, you know.
I'll drive safe.
Let's check if your car is... You help people a lot, like next to the road. You stand with them if they got breaking down vehicles, especially in the night. So he's been standing here since this morning. This is a truck broke down yesterday. I just want to go check if he's okay and if he needs something. Anything can happen here. Possible incidents or later accidents.
For 2 days I've been here,
Big incidents are happening on these roads. I'm a supervisor, I'm a senior provincial inspector. So what I do, I deploy my officers on that road. We make sure that on a daily basis there's an officer on each of our roads. just to minimize the incidents. Hi, goeiemôre. Okay, 100%. Ik ga gauw responden, hè.
As SPI Swanepoel arrives on the scene of the crash, he can see his colleagues and rescue services have the situation well in hand.
What's the pose? How's all right?
Yeah, everything's all right. I just arrived here, but it seems to me everything's fine. It was just a tire burst. Driver is all right. It's just the vehicle which is now damaged.
Was this on the...
Yeah, it was on the luggage of the
luggage. Okay.
The vehicle burst a tire and rolled across the oncoming lanes. Thankfully, the driver and his passenger were both wearing seatbelts and only lost a load of fish and not their lives.
The road is completely closed here now. For the breakdown companies, let's pull out that vehicle.
Traffic is backing up quickly, and with no serious injuries, pressure is on to open the road and get vehicles flowing as soon as it is safe to do so.
Wacht voor die driver, ons wacht voor die driver, ons wacht voor die driver. Hulle het nog gevra om die pad toe maak dat hulle kan draai. Dis rescue vehicle, just want to make a U-turn. Wat is die man laat loop, Swanny?
While the distraught driver salvages what little of the fish he can still sell, he allows the grateful locals to help themselves to the rest.
Guys, there was an accident that I would never forget. I was the first one to be on that scene. It was a taxi laying off the road there. I remember me being there, standing there, hearing the people calling for help, hearing the babies cry. So seeing that and hearing that, I think that played off for me, I think for months. I would never put my family in a position whereby stuff that happened here at work influence my time at home. So what I do is, when I stop it at home, when I switch off this vehicle, then I'm done. I heard how the babies' voices just got dumbed, like it got silenced. And then it's one of the babies that actually passed away there. That was one of the hardest scenes.
The crucial N2 highway flows southeast through Cape Town's impoverished townships, industrial zones, and Somerset West before climbing Sir Lowry's Pass, providing a variety of challenges for PI Nombasa Hopa and her colleagues at the Somerset West Traffic Centre.
And that's good.
So we've started at the N2 bridge, which is located in Somerset West, and we're driving inbound to about Jakes Khayelitsha. It's my 12th year. You learn how to approach people, you learn how to deal with people, you assist people. It's not just work, it's a second home. At the end of the day, it's all about doing a good job and just delivering the service. Look, this station in particular, N2 Somerset West, is the wild, wild west. There is no other station that gets incidents and accidents as often as this area. Go to stats and you see how many pedestrians have been knocked down in this road. So it's not only a red zone for motorists, it's a red zone for pedestrians who don't want to use the footbridge. These service delivery protests, this is the main hub. Stone throwing, robbery, smash and grab, taxi violence at times. You must see when it's about to go down, when the protest action starts, they've just decided tires on the road, tire burns, nah, baba. You're forced to drive oncoming, turn around. Also, deal with the traffic. To stop the traffic, one-man drive, né? The whole entire three lanes from the R300 onto the N2 bar. Guys, stop right here. If your car's not occupied, they'll take out your battery, flatten your tires. So there's a control room that's got cameras all over the freeway, so they see what's going on, where we stop, when we stop. Wrong time, wrong place does happen, but there's also City of Cape Town, there's Metropolis, so you're bound to get help. In some cases, backup can take a bit of time. Red zone. Oh my gosh, what is this? No, man. I think it's tire. Flat tire, you can see it from here.
I just told them where we were. It's not a very friendly area. The longer we stay here, the more danger they're in with their phones. So we're trying to look for a way forward in how we can get that lock night out.
Son, Papa, I'm listening.
Having arranged assistance for the stranded motorist, PI Hopa is back on patrol.
Ibisibistiko.
Sikhona ba.
Itheni ngafuna ustara.
Andazi. Bendidrayiva nami hamba bazophumisa ngapha.
So uzolala lapha?
Hayi khona umuntu uyabuya undirescue.
Unayo i-triangle, uyibeke apha i-triangle. This gentleman says he was driving and then the car switched off. So he's gonna get someone to rescue him. Luckily, he's in a safe zone. It's just maybe 100 meters from the roadblock. It could be that he decided not to go to the roadblock and this might be just a stunt. We get those. So it could be that he just thought, you know what, the defects and everything on the car might just get him in trouble. So let him rather pull this stunt. The focus is this operation, drunken driving and fatigue, as per briefing earlier on. Everything is fine.
Having alerted her colleagues to the allegedly broken down vehicle, PI Hopa loops around to continue patrolling the red zone, aiming to deter any incidents with her visible presence.
Drunk. Efondini, hayibo. Ima, uyangaphi mntaka? Ima sungena, COVID. Kunjani? Ngiyacela uyaphi Efondini?
Khayelitsha xa ndiyazi indlela.
Usuka apha, hayi babe suka apha. Nxumela lo mask.
Nombasa soon comes across an unsteady pedestrian weaving his way through the red zone. Concerned for his safety, she tries to get the nearest SAPS unit to come collect him.
Control Delta 26. I've got an intoxicated pedestrian that's going to Khayelitsha coming from Usukapi. Coming from Fuleni. Can you get a SAPS vehicle out to assist, please? You're not starting with me tonight, ne? I'm in a heritage mood. You're not going to start with me tonight.
It's the start of a long weekend, and while PI Hopa is trying to radio for assistance, several police vans come flying past. The South African police services clearly have their hands full with a major incident nearby.
That's what I'm saying. You won't even make Khayelitsha, let alone this turn. Because he's saying he doesn't know where he is. And here, also from here, red zone going down.
Realizing he will probably not reach home without assistance, she decides her only option is to give him a lift herself. As a highway patrol officer, she is aware that entering a city suburb on a patrol shift is a little outside her mandate. But right now, what matters most is making sure this young man doesn't become another statistic. Within minutes, they are navigating the devastation of the fatal crash, which has drawn in SAPS, traffic, and Metro Police.
But did you see the one tire on this side?
The eventful journey continues with PI Hopa briefly stopping to literally put out the fire.
Puta, they come see brother. As a brief too, man.
Her quick response at the next intersection saves them from being sideswiped by a car running a red light. But with a passenger in the car, she is unable to pursue the irresponsible driver. And so, at last, they reach his neighborhood, only to find a street party in full swing. Safe among friends, he'll have to make the final leg home on his own.
As you can see, when he got off, Banele was relieved. He felt safe. He knows the area. On the way, Banele was being hilarious. And Banele said he'll never, ever again swear or say bad things about law enforcement. He thought we were useless. It's the first time that he's ever been helped by a law enforcement, and he's so grateful. We are best friends now. That's what it's like.
For herself and her colleagues, PI Hopa is relieved that this weekend night shift is almost over without major incident. Thanks to his prompt response, PI Matiwane managed to get the erratic driver's blood test processed in time, providing critical evidence for the criminal matter now in progress. In our next episode, we meet PI Stephanie Reiters on the West Coast, where everyone seems to have a story to tell. SPI Timochenko Hofmeister deals with the trauma of losing a colleague, while SPI Valentino Arense races from incident to incident in an action-packed shift.
That's it. I'm doing stuff over the